All right, what is up, everybody? I'm your host, Aries, the host of the Keep It a Buck podcast. Here we are recapping another exciting UFC card coming off that UFC 278. And I have finally found a co host, everybody. I found my guy. I've known him, what, since elementary school, middle school?
Man, yeah,
I mean,
somewhere around there. I think it was like fifth
we
or
go,
sixth grade.
yeah, we go back a long time and we always kept in contact. A great friend of mine and co-host for this episode and probably going in the near future. As much as he can come on the podcast with me and break down fights. He'll be here. But everyone, I just want you to meet my friend Rob. Robbie, what up, bro?
What's up, my guy Aries? Thank you so much for having me, man. Great to meet everyone. Stoked to be a part of this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Um, but yeah, just I had to get you on, man. I respect your opinion on fights and what you see and your views. So had to get you on, bro. But uh, going into the what we thought about the card, um, I thought the card was cool until like the co-main and main. I think those two last fights really set off the night for me. Um, it's kind of crazy that the fights were in Utah because Utah doesn't get that much love or they don't come here much often. So um, such a I'm still on riding on a high from the main event and how it ended from yesterday. But how did you feel about the night of the fights and just everything about the card of UFC 278?
Definitely a great night of fights, man. Like you said, the co-main and the main event really just set off the night and kind of just capped it off. Things were things were interesting, but
Yeah, for
those two
sure.
fights really just kind of they really made it.
Yeah, but yeah, Rob.
Um,
I'll have you just go in on the main event and your thoughts on Usman versus Edwards two. Um, just your thoughts on the fight and what you saw and everything. Let's break it down, bro.
sure, man.
I know, bro. Like,
Damn, I fucked up.
where do
My
we?
bad. It's like I don't even know where to begin, bro. It's like Leon Edwards is taking Usman down in the first round. Kamaro's coming back in the second and third. Looks like he's gonna coast to a victory, and then next thing you know, he's flat.
It's crazy, man. Um, like you said, like Leon getting that takedown in the first round, the way he did, and was able to keep the top pressure on Usman was insane. It's like one of those things where you see like a great fall, or like we see a kind of like like a weakness and a greatness of a fighter or an athlete. So it's because we don't see that with Usman. I mean, that was the first time Usman has been taken down, and just the first round, we're thinking confident of like, okay, this is really a fight. Usman, the champ, is gonna have to fight back in this one for sure.
Yeah, man, he looked human, and it was definitely weird to see.
Um, but even after round one, I mean, Usman responds like a champ with rounds two, three, and four. I mean, is the classic Usman performance in those three rounds, and we thought this man was just gonna coast to another title defense, his sixth title defense. He was going on. This was going to be his 16th win, straight win, and yeah. Just what did you see after round one? After Leon's great round one, I mean, what did you see?
Like you were saying, Usman went back to the wrestling well. He was able to control him with the top pressure up against the fence. Kind of reminded me of Masvidal when he was fighting Masvidal, just kind of holding him up, stomping him, throwing him the punches. But this time he was throwing in elbows too, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, same. Usman put that pressure on Edwards. Uh, for you, because I know a lot of the fighters were having trouble. It looked like a lot of the fighters were dying out that night. Like their gas tank, their cardio just wasn't there. Maybe the altitude of Utah was just too much for these fighters that night. But for you, did you see that Edwards was? I mean, after that first round, he was giving up the center of the octagon. He was looked like he was being reserved with his energy a bit, or I don't know. He just looked like he was flat after that amazing first round.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like an adrenaline dump to me almost. He did kind of start to back off the gas pedal, or I don't want to say he like kind of like through the round, but you could definitely
Yeah,
tell a difference.
yeah, it was weird. After a great round like that, Usman or Leon just wasn't throwing anything really, and just giving up the space to the champ. And I thought I was scratching my head. I was like, why are you trying to get pressured against the fence again and getting the takedowns? Usman was getting the takedowns. And I don't know. Leon just didn't look like himself after round one, and his corner talk after each round. His body language is bad. Two rounds, two, three, and four. But like even after the going into the fifth round, I mean, you hear the corner say like, "Let your hands go, Leon," and like, uh, "Don't feel sorry for yourself." Like that was a big little quote from the corner of Leon. Um, but yeah, let's get into the fifth round though, because we think the champ is going to take over. He's retaining his belt. And then what were your thoughts? Just your reaction to everything going down in the fifth though.
To be honest with you, bro, I thought like I was paying attention to the fifth round, but I was sort of not at the same time, just because I expected Usman to just kind of coast through it, bro. And then next thing you know, it's like what the like you wait for the replay because you see what happens, but it's not registering. You're like, did that really just happen, or like am I seeing shit? It was just absolute insanity, man. Like I was watching with my dad, and my dad was like, didn't expect that. And I was like, can't say I expected that either.
Just yeah, just one of those moments. Like as fans, like sing a great like Usman and the trajectory like he was on and where he was headed as far as a fighter. Like to see him go out like that and lose his belt like that in that fashion, unbelievable. Like I woke up today still scratching my head. Like, was this real? Like, did that really happen?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it, man. I don't know if Leon just took a deep breath, finally got his lungs back in him, or if it really was his coach saying, "Stop feeling sorry for yourself and just go out there and leave it all, give it everything you got, man."
Yeah, and I don't know. Anthony Smith was talking about the whole, you know, kind of process of that leading up to the head kick and how he was trying to set things up. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know if it was a game plan to throw this kick like that, or show the left hand how we did and kind of feign with it, and then throw the left head kick. But um, it worked. It worked, and Leon's a champion in the welterweight division, and just one of those. Probably one of the greatest finishes in a title fight I've ever seen in my life. And I've been watching the sport for a very, very long time.
Dude, that is one of the most memorable for sure. And I do agree with. I did see that Anthony Smith thing too. What do I think, man? It's like Usman. That was the only way Usman was blocking the kicks, to be honest. So Leon may have seen that throughout the fight, but maybe that's what his coach told him to throw. Well, in the very like last thing that he said, I think that's what it was. It's like,
Yeah,
hey, throw a head kick.
yeah, I'm leaning that towards too because I was like, for Leon not to even to take rounds off like that, or not take rounds off like that, but not even test it or throw it throughout those 3 rounds that he kind of lost. I was like, I don't know. Maybe he was just like, fuck it, why not? Let's just see what happens when I sit there or do this and see what my coach is saying, and I'll do it. But it worked.
From that body language that he was showing, I did not expect him to do that at all.
Right. So, but it worked. Leon's the new champion of the welterweight
Good
division.
for him, man. I got to give him his props and all of his respect, man. He does deserve it.
Yeah, for sure. That man has had a lot of bad luck with fights dropping throughout his career, and just fights ending in eye pokes and stuff like that, and stuff like that. So, I mean, I've like never been a Edwards fan, but like his lead up to this fight and like even his last few fights, I've definitely become more of a fan and get even knowing his story too is pretty cool.
Yeah, you definitely want to see him do well. It's hard to root against the guy for sure.
Yeah. Okay, so next question. Where does Leon Edwards go from here? What's next for Leon? I think we know this answer, but I want to hit you with something else. But I want to hear you say what else, what's next for the champ.
I'm thinking immediate rematch for Usman. It's kind of hard not to give him that. But the only other fight I was thinking was Hamzat.
That's what I was going to throw at you, bro. Because Chimaev and Diaz fight in about 3 weeks, UFC 279. I'm wondering if Chimaev dominates Nate Diaz, which I think he will. Okay. I wonder if Dana White is like, this is the perfect time to set up Leon Edwards, Chimaev, the timing of everything, and depending on how Chimaev looks that night against Diaz, I wonder if Dana White is gonna say, Usman, take a break. Let's set up this mega fight because the timing of everything, and it's so relevant in people's minds.
If I could hop on DraftKings right now and bet on Usman or Hamzat getting that fight, bro, my money's on Hamzat.
I
Just the
think
way that
so. I
Usman
mean,
got knocked
yeah.
out, man.
And I think Usman would want to take some time because he's been in camps. Uh, the healing of the process of being knocked out and everything. I think Usman takes a break, see where he's at. And then I mean, Leon didn't get hurt that much in that fight last night. So I don't think Diaz is going to hurt Chimaev that bad either. So this could be a possible setup for Chimaev and Edwards, So
Yeah, I think honestly, just like you were saying, man, now's the time, almost now or never, because they kind of missed out on Khabib and Tony. So why would they give up this opportunity?
yeah, yeah. Especially, I mean, they were talking about John Jones and Stipe headlining at MSG. I mean, if that doesn't happen and something happens with John Jones, I don't know. They could look at Leon and Chimaev taking that headline MSG spot. So
You never
who
know. You heard
knows?
it here first.
Dana loves his money, so it's all about the money.
Hell yeah.
Okay, anything else you got for this main event?
Uh, just props to
Good.
Leon, man. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, man. Let's get into the circus fight of Paulo Costa and Luke Rockhold, the co-main for UFC 278. Um, your thoughts on the circus of a fight?
That nosebleed shower. I really didn't know what to expect for this fight, man. I was looking at the odds when I was trying to make up a parlay just to see. Obviously, I didn't put any money down because I don't trust myself. But this is a fight that I stayed away from because I didn't really know what
Smart.
was going to happen. Uh, Paulo Costa came out, started swinging and banging. Luke Rockhold looked like he was curling up for a little bit,
Yeah.
and that was kind of sad to see, man. I didn't expect more out of him, but I didn't expect that either.
So I expected Costa to kind of just throw heavy shots, get him out in the first round. Rockhold's chin has not held up, and I know he's had time off, but I thought Costa was going to make light work of Luke Rockhold. As talented as a fighter as Luke Rockhold is, I don't know. I just think Costa is too fast, too strong for him at this stage in his career. So I was really surprised to see the fight that Rockhold put up against the tough fighter like Costa.
Definitely didn't expect it to go 3 rounds.
Facts, bro. Um, I don't
Costa
know.
looked pretty technical, though. I was surprised.
Yeah, that and Costa made this weight cut look a bit easier, and he looked
That,
phenomenal on the scale, getting in this fight. So
that Patty Pimblett diet.
that patty diet, I love it. Um, but yeah, the one of the moments in this fight though I thought was so dope. I think it was in third round. Um, Rockhold was gassed, of course, gassed at the first round. Man had his hands on his knees, and he said "fuck you" to Costa and threw a bomb, just a haymaker that landed. That was so dope. That moment was so cool to me.
I do remember that. I'm pretty sure it was the third round, man. And honestly, that was the most memorable shot of the fight, in my opinion.
For sure. But I thought it was interesting seeing Luke wear that sleeve on his leg. I don't know if he was going in with the ankle leg injury or something. I was just kind of wearing that sleeve on his leg.
Uh, Oh yeah, I was reading something on Instagram before we hopped on. Ariel Hawani was going back and forth with Jake Paul. Apparently, he almost got it amputated because he had a staph infection in it.
Holy crap! Damn! Wow. For people who don't know what staph infection is, I mean, just hearing how fighters talk about staph is like it's terrible. I mean,
It's scary, man. That shit leaves holes in your skin.
it's just like one of those things that I think people don't hear enough about, and they're like, "Oh, it's just like just brush it off. Like you guys are fighters, you guys are tough." But yeah, that shit is pretty crazy.
Oh, it's just an infection.
Yeah, but it's like the side effects too of like what it can do to your performance and body. It's like yeah, but
But yeah, now knowing
man,
that, man, like for him to like Rockhold to put up that fight with everything that he went through, man, I love you,
yeah.
Luke Rockhold.
And believe me, I don't think you were saying that before the fight. I mean, I definitely am not a Luke Rockhold fan like that,
No,
but yeah, I walked away like, yeah, this dude's pretty dope.
hell yeah.
It's crazy because I expected a lot more from Luke Rockhold when he first came into the UFC. I mean, there was a lot of hype behind his name. He did his first fight into the UFC. He did run into a steroided up Vitor Belfort and got knocked out. But such a up and down career for Luke, and he had his run. He beat Bisbing for the belt at one time, and then kind of went on a streak of just losses and getting knocked out, bad knockouts. Do you have a because Luke Rockhold retired after the fight last night, and do you have any like memories of Rockhold
Honestly,
besides not
man,
bad knockouts?
not bad knockouts. Bisping getting his revenge,
That
and
shit
last
was
night,
nice,
honestly,
bro.
man.
Yeah, I think it was just a great way to go out for Luke Rockhold. That performance, uh, there's little moments in those fights, the haymakers he landed. Um, but yeah, um, you got anything else on this fight? Anything you want to share?
Uh, oh, that was Paulo Costa's last fight on his deal, so we'll see if he gets a new contract or not.
Ooh, shit. Say if he does get a new deal, what is what's next for Paul Costa? You think matchup wise? Um, you know who's fighting in like 2 weeks is Robert Whitaker and Vittori.
Yeah,
So
I think he could end up with one of them. I don't think the UFC's letting him go, man.
yeah,
Whoever wins that fight is probably who he's getting matched up with.
and I think it's Robert Whitaker. I think Whitaker makes light work of Vittori.
Way
Um,
more technical, man.
yeah, I think he's faster, more technical, better all around fighter that Whitaker is than Vittori. I don't want to see Vittori Costa again. That first one was It was early in the day because that was like early AM card, and I was barely
That's
watching it, but
right.
yeah, but
That's right. It was
yeah,
one of those ABC cards, right?
yeah, it was like
Yeah,
9 a.m., 10 a.m. or something like that. No, thank you.
I feel that.
Okay, man. I know this was like your main event. I'll let you lead off. Next, we have the legend Jose Aldo versus Marab Dvalishvili. Um, your thoughts on the fight? Take it away,
I was
bro.
pretty let down, man. It was my main event. I thought it was going to be fight of the night. I had high hopes for this fight. Thought it was going to be a banger. They were going to be going back and forth. Jose Aldo was going to be defending takedowns, throwing knees, leg kicks, all that jazz. That is not what happened at all, my friend.
The total opposite.
The complete opposite. I don't know if Jose Aldo got stage fright. I don't know if Marab's just that good. But Jose Aldo did not look like Jose Aldo, in my opinion.
You know, this was the fight I was hoping that Aldo would go back to the leg kicks. I know since Aldo has moved down a weight class, Aldo has kind of abandoned the leg kicks for some reason in his game plans. He doesn't throw them that much. Um, but this was a fight I wish I saw leg kicks, calf kicks from Aldo more.
Definitely think they would have helped him in by slowing Marab down because, like I was saying, man, his pace is just go 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 go. It's insane. I don't know how he does it, man. I cannot keep up with that, man. I can't keep up with anybody, honestly, but I know that dude has a tank for days.
But what a money shot that Aldo was throwing all night was that knee right up the middle that was landing right in like Murab's midsection and like was almost going to catch him. I thought that was going to be the money shot to put him away.
Yeah, well, those knees were sneaky. I'm pretty sure he did land one or two of them on the chin.
Yeah, for sure. They were close.
They were, bro. What did you think of the fight? Did you think Aldo was gonna pull it off, or before it
So
started, obviously?
I had Aldo winning this fight. I thought Aldo was going to outstrike him. Um, but I knew Marab's pace could be a problem for Aldo. If Aldo didn't like get on the bike first and like start the his strikes first, I knew that Aldo was gonna have to fight an uphill battle almost. So after that round one, I think we saw it all night. I think the altitude was getting to these fighters, and like I guess that like their bodies just weren't reacting how they normally do, and I think we saw that with Aldo. He like Marab's pace, his is just ridiculous, and like him pushing making Aldo like wear his weight on him with the grappling on the cage and everything. I think it wore on Aldo a lot more than Aldo was expecting. I think.
Did you expect that though? Did you expect the altitude to have as big as an impact on the fighters as it did?
So I live here in Utah, and like maybe because I've been here for a few years, I'm just used to it. But like I did not think anything of the altitude here was going to affect any of these fighters. But to see Marab and like even Usman look good, like throughout the time that they fought, I mean, that speaks volumes to Marab's cardio. Like it must be crazy.
Oh yeah. What do you think's next for Aldo?
Mm, I think it's time. I think it's time that we see the two legends fight. I think it's time for Dominic Cruz and Jose Aldo to fight at 135. This fight could have happened a few years ago, but the booking of the fights that the UFC went with, I was like, Dom could have fought Aldo before he fought Pedro Munoz. But I think this is the perfect time, both coming off losses. Veterans in the sport, they're legends. I think it's time to set up Aldo versus Dominic Cruz finally.
You
But I
think
want to
they'll
ask
do it
you
in
though.
Brazil?
Oh man,
My bad.
That would be special. I mean, I heard that they're going to Brazil earlier next year, so I mean, I know that Dom has to rehab that broken nose from that nasty kick, you know.
Yeah,
So
that was insane to see too.
that broke my heart. I'm not even gonna lie. Love me some
Broke
Dominic Cruz, but man, Cheeto broke my heart.
Cheeto broke my heart too, bro.
Bro, but I have to ask you because Marab is about to hold up a division. It looks like uh, Marab is friends and training partners with the champion of 135, Aljamain Sterling. So, what do you want from Marab? You want him to stay here, be the security guard for the champion, almost?
That's kind of how it is, man. No, I have high hopes for Murat, man. I hope I don't. I I either want Aljo to go up or I want TJ Dillashaw to beat him
Hmm.
because Murat
Wait,
deserves his title shot, man.
yeah, I agree. And before we get into this conversation any deeper, what are your predictions for that Dillashaw Aljamain fight, though?
That's rough, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm a fan of Aljo too, so it's hard for me to pick against him. But I think TJ Dillashaw does have more tools to win.
So you going Anu or what? You going
I'm
Dillashaw?
going in new, yeah. I have to go with new.
Ooh, let's go. Talk that shit.
Yeah,
That's a stacked pay per view card though. That
it
one
is
in
stacked.
October. But
Can't wait for that shit.
yeah. I mean, I've heard some things talked about Marab going to flyweight. I mean, he's talked about he can make the 125.
I wasn't
So
aware of that. That's interesting.
I mean, I've heard some reporters, they're talking, right? I mean, it's just talk,
Yeah,
but to hear that idea thrown out there like that, I don't know. I
that could be a
mean,
good move for him,
yeah,
man.
flyweight it's looking nice too. So
Yeah, flyweight's stacked right now. You got who? Brandon Moreno. Is Figueiredo coming back, or is he going to 35? What's he up to?
I think Moreno and Figgy is going to be next year.
That's right.
Yeah. So I mean, flyweight division's looking nice. If Marab decides to move down or he just stays the bodyguard of the champion, we'll see. I don't know, but I just hate to see like a fire, weight class be on hold because friends don't want to fight. So
Friends don't want to fight, and I respect that, man.
I
But
do.
Marab deserves to eat too.
Facts, facts. Okay. Anything else on this fight?
No, you got anything? Oh, no, I already asked you. You cool?
Do you have a like a someone you want Aldo to fight next?
I like the
Like
Dominic Cruz fight for sure. I
for
feel like
sure.
that's been in the making for a while, and we've never gotten it, so we might as well get it.
It is kind of crazy to think how long they've been in the sport and they've never fought. Like it's pretty crazy. Um, but yeah, let's go to this fight. This fight is like the dipper, the sleeper on the bathroom break. Go get a new drink fight.
Yeah, this was the I need a break. Why is this fight even on the main card, bro? I think we were talking about that.
Yeah, we were texting. They replaced this fight with Tybura and Romanov.
That's right.
Come on, UFC. Um, Wu Yaonan versus Lucy Podolova. I won't spend too much time on this. We'll just make this a skim and just Padlova heavy on the top position on the ground. I think once Padlova got on the ground, it was a done deal. Even though Yaonan got up to her feet, Padlova just looked a little too fast with her boxing. And yeah, anything from you in this fight?
Uh, Pretty much had the same observations. Padalova is way more dominant in the ground game and got the dub.
Yeah.
I'm
So
pretty
yeah,
sure Uh, John Kavanaugh's her coach, right?
Yeah, I saw that. It's good to see that man out of the corner of someone other than McGregor.
Yeah, it's nice to see him come back
Nice,
under
nice.
somebody else. Yeah,
Yeah, I like that. I like Coach Kavanaugh. So
I do too. I think he's a mastermind, man.
I think he just had a hard time dealing with his pupil at times, and you know, it is what it is. Are you a McGregor fan or what? Yeah,
Uh, Gotta respect him, bro.
yeah, you got to.
Definitely have to. He changed the game for everyone, man.
I think he brought in the business money aspect into this even higher than Ronda set the bar. I
Yeah,
think
I don't,
McGregor, yeah,
I don't really like his antics, but I do respect what he's done for the fighters. I mean,
for sure.
himself mostly, but he he gives people goals to strive for, and he keeps paving the way for himself, which is cool.
Have you tried that whiskey?
Proper 12? No, I've heard it's
No.
very cheap though.
All right.
Have
Um,
you?
nah. I mean, I stopped drinking like what 5 years ago. I
I
don't. I
haven't been
don't think.
drinking much either.
I don't think proper whiskey was like popping like that when I was drinking. So you know. But let's get into the next fight. This fight opened up the main card of UFC 278. Tyson Pedro versus Harry Hunsucker. Man, Tyson is looking pretty good since he's been back in the UFC. I mean, I know the level of competition isn't like that high for Pedro yet, but I mean, good signs coming out of Pedro so far since he's been back.
Yeah, absolutely. I honestly don't know much about him except that he trains over there with Adesanya and stuff. So, when was he in the UFC last?
I think he's been off for 4 years. I think his last loss was to Shogun, I believe, and then he just went away, take a hiatus for 4 years, and he came back. Like what 2 months ago? Like he came back to that fight, got a first round TKO, and then he fought again. A quick turnaround for him in this fight with Harry Hunsucker, and got another first round finish. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, great for him, man. I'm gonna have to do a little more research on him, but I did pick him to win just because I knew where he was training out of, and that's kind of how I make my picks sometimes.
No, for sure. I mean, just seeing Harry Hunsucker, I was like, hey, you know what, bro? No
I know
disrespect,
Hansa.
but oh, you do? Oh,
No, go ahead. I'm just saying Hunsucker. Like once you see Hunsucker, you know it's a wrap.
yeah. So I was like, okay, I got Pedro, and I had him in the first round too. But yeah, Pedro's wanting that revenge fight with Shogun next, but I know Shogun is like he wants one more fight, then he's gonna call it a career. Um, so I think Tyson Pedro, if he wants to take a step up in competition, I think he should look to another person that he's lost to was OSP. I think OSP is not like a name, but like Obase Peru. I know he's not like a name, but like I think it's a good tester to see where Pedro's at in his career at 205.
I'm trying to remember that fight. That fight, I know who OSP, so I feel like I have seen Pedro before that. All right, I'm going crazy, bro. I'll watch that fight later.
I think it's OSP. I could be wrong, but I think it's OSP.
No, you're
But
right. I just got to watch it because I don't know. I just don't remember Tyson Pedro except for just seeing him
yeah,
recently.
I think he's very fine tuned his skills. So I mean his comeback is looking nice. I hope it lasts longer and he steps up in competition. But great win for Tyson. Hope you get that bonus. Uh, get that Christmas money as well.
50
But
G's, baby.
but he's looking for a quick turnaround because he didn't take any damage in this fight, and I think he should be on that Izzy Pereira card. That'd be pretty dope. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
love when they all fight together, man. I think that's cool.
kind of like Rose and Gaethje and like Usman when
Hmm.
Trevor Whitman's all going back to back.
Back
I
to back
love
to
yeah.
back.
I
That
love
shit's
when they all
wild.
fight. Like um but yeah, let's move into the prelims. We'll just skim through some prelim fights and some big upsets, I must say. Um hold on, I gotta look at these fights.
Cool. Glad I'm not the only one.
I mean, right off the bat, we got
Victor
I
Alta,
mean, right off the bat, we had
Altamirano, right?
so yeah, we'll just start from the top and then work our way down to the early prelims. Um, yeah, we had the biggest upset of the night, I think, with Tybura and Romanov. I'm a big fan of Romanov, but I think the altitude again played a big factor in this. Him gassing out after that big first round that he had, and yeah, a vet like Tybura just took over.
I was really surprised to see that, man. I honestly, when I was watching the fight, I didn't think anything of the altitude, and now that we're sitting here talking about it, I'm just like, dang, maybe that really did have a big impact on him because I expected complete domination. It's like
Same,
I
bro. Same. I mean, Romanov has looked flawless in his UFC career so far, and um, he finally ran into someone who was going to fight back,
yeah,
and Tybura
didn't
did.
Tybura did put up a good fight, man. The judges saw his way, and that was a huge upset.
Yeah, and
Oh,
let's see.
sorry, I'm still trying to pull these up.
But with that decision though, did you have it a draw or did you have Tybura winning?
I did have it a draw,
I did too.
so I really did not see Tybura winning that fight at all. I thought it was going to go Romanov's way entirely.
Yeah. So yeah, Tybura gets the upset over Romanov. Um, Next fight we had Santos for Jared Gordon.
I, I, I thought Santos was going to end up winning that fight, honestly. When I was going through the odds, I took him as an underdog pick.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
nice, nice.
I don't really give Flash Gordon enough credit, I guess.
I think I just took I took Gordon because I think Santos is coming to the end of his career. He's just I don't know. I think Gordon just has a little more pop on his punches and his movement and overall. I thought he was going to be too fast for Santos. Um, but yeah, I was hoping that Santos would call out Paddy Pimblett, but they didn't interview him after the fight.
Oh, yeah, that would have been cool. I wish they did interview him.
Because Paddy's last fight, he was at the desk with like Karen Bryant and all of them, and Paddy Pimblett said if Gordon wins his last fight, which he did last night, uh, Paddy was going to entertain that for Jared Gordon to be his next opponent. So
That's
I
right. I
kind of wanted
remember
like an
that.
answer. Yeah.
We need answers, UFC.
But I like the step up in like competition and like Jared Gordon is kind of a name, a bit of a name in the lightweight division.
Yeah,
So
he's
I
becoming
like
a
that
name
for
for sure.
yeah. I mean,
My
I
bad.
like it for Paddy Pimblett to get that Jared Gordon fight
Sign me up.
for sure. Okay, next fight we have this freaking head scratcher from Sean Woodson and Saldana.
This was the draw,
Yeah,
and I picked Woodson to win on that bad boy. How did you see it going?
I thought Woodson was man. I thought Woodson looked slow to me yesterday. Like I don't know, he looked slow. I was like, what the hell's happening? I thought Woodson was going to use his reach advantage to score points and take that to a decision. Um, I mean, Saldana has more power than Woodson, yeah, but I didn't think Saldana was going to make his way in or even be close to finishing that fight. But we have to talk about the illegal knee.
Oh
Uh,
man.
Saldana knocks down Woodson in the first round, I think, and he's taunting. The ref hasn't even stopped the fight yet, and Saldana runs over and just puts a knee down to Woodson's head.
What was this man thinking, man? And how did they let him continue?
That's what I was. I was like, okay, this is done. And then referee stood him up, gave him his 5 minutes if he wanted to, and they got right back to it. I was. I think it was Woodson's call to see if he wanted to continue or stop it. But boy, I would have taken that. Yep,
I would have taken
yep, I
that win,
win.
man.
Give me my win money. Yep, I won.
Take the Aljo.
Right, right. But man, so
I'm
Donna just a bonehead mistake. I don't know what he was thinking. Yeah,
adrenaline. I don't know, man.
yeah.
Dude, like I just sometimes, man,
But it
things just happen and you don't expect it.
it was one of those things
That was
like yeah, it was just one of those things where like a lot of these things happen when like they're crouched down and like they had the one hand on the floor, right? And like, but he was clearly on the ground and he still threw the knee, like
yeah, he was
unbelievable.
down. Like this is not pride or one, man. No pride rules.
Oh man, the goriness of pride. But yes, Saldana makes the bonehead move, and that fight ends up as draw. Um, Next fight we had Fletcher versus Losa.
I don't understand what
Man,
the
Losa.
judges were thinking. Oh my bad, bro. I'm
Oh,
fucking. I
go
don't
ahead,
understand
bro.
what the judges were thinking on that draw.
Did
Do you?
you have it?
I mean, I was just like, it was a close fight, but I figured it could have gone one way or the other. But Woodson should have
Yeah.
just taken his way out, man. You're taking that dub.
I know. I know. After that decision, I know he wished that he took that took that win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like draws in the UFC. I mean, so yeah, they're gonna happen, but I don't know. Especially for these prelim fights, like just pick a damn winner. Like I don't know. It happens. Um, let's go to the next fight with Fletcher and Losa. This is my first time hearing about both of these fighters. Um, Losa looks nice though. I'm not mad at what I see in that potential and his striking. You got anything on this?
129 significant strikes, man. That's insane. I haven't heard anything about these guys either. So, Striker's Delight for sure. Amazing to watch. I think Los is a fine prospect. See what happens.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. This is one of the prelim fights that I was looking forward to this night. We had Albazi versus a little Figueredo. Or is he older or younger?
I think he is younger.
Okay. So this is Davison Figueredo's little brother, Francisco, I think is his first name.
Yeah,
But
Francisco.
Albazi versus Figueredo in the early prelims. I was hoping that this fight would be higher on the card because, I mean, the names and like Albazi's ranked number 11 in the flyweight division. But yeah, this fight was pretty exciting. See Albazi back in the octagon, and to get this type of finish versus a dangerous Figueredo. So, what would you see from this fight?
I definitely thought it was going to be higher up on the card too. I think the way they placed the fights was really interesting this time around. Um, let's see where to go. I'm really impressed with Albazi, man. That dude is a freaking animal. Um, just the way he's able to control people. is second to none in my opinion. I think he's gonna be on absolute fire. I have no idea who they're gonna match him up next with though. What do you think?
Okay, I'm thinking. I'm thinking Mateus Nikolai or Alex Perez for El Bazi next. Mateus Nikolai is a big flyweight, but I know Perez is coming off a submission loss as well to Pantoja. And like before that Pantoja fight, Perez took 2 years off and came back to a loss like that. I think Perez wants to come back and like prove himself that he's more than just like I'm more than just like getting tapped out in the first round type fighter. I know it's a tough fight, but I like a name for Abazi, like a Alex Perez in this division. So yeah, that's what I like.
I think he did. I think he deserves a step up in competition too. He's proven it.
Yeah, and then I mean it doesn't hurt. I mean, with rank number 11 or 13, why not see what Abazi has got to offer and where his skills rank up in the top of the flyweight division.
All right. Next one was Jay Perrin and what are
Oh,
they?
or Richie Lang,
Yeah, Richie Lang.
bro.
What
I
is his
was
nickname again though? It's interesting as hell.
I have no idea.
I'm gonna have to look it up real quick because they call him. What do they call his name? The Mongolian Murderer. I knew it was something crazy.
Hmm. Okay, okay. I mean, he's nice, bro. I mean, he's very stationary. Like he doesn't do a lot of movements, and like especially when volume is thrown at him, like he doesn't do anything crazy to avoid shots. But when he throws, it is beautiful.
Yeah, his punches are straight, fluid. Looks amazing. But you're right. He is very stationary, kind of like a really boxer, like kind of moves like Usman a little bit. Very predictable.
Yeah, yeah. But he's kind of lengthy for this. I mean, he looks lengthy for the bantamweight division. Um, I did go with the underdog here in Perrin. I don't know. I thought Perrin was gonna use his grappling a lot more and be effective with his grappling in this fight, but Arichi Lang has just proved me wrong. This is the
Yeah,
second time I think that Arichi Lang has proved me wrong. So
may have to jump on that bandwagon, bro.
I know, right? His next fight, I might just have to pick him just to see what happens.
Just to see what happens. All
um,
right.
Last fight, the fight to open up the whole event of the UFC 278, De Silva versus Alta Moreno. Alta Moreno. How do you say that?
Alta Morano, something like
Yeah,
that.
Will Morano. This was a fun fight.
No,
I mean, this was the fun fight to start off the night for sure.
I missed it, bro. I was
Um,
on my way home, so fill me in.
uh,
What did I miss?
so I went with the underdog here, De Silva. I thought he had the power to win this fight. I thought he was going to get a knockout here, but he almost did in the first round. But man, that man leaves his chin up in the air so bad, and it's just wide open to get countered, and that's what kind of happened. De Silva got caught and in these exchanges, and yeah, Altamirano just took advantage and just ground and pound heavy from the from the full guard. So it was nasty, man. I think that if De Silva was more disciplined and just his tight guard and being tucking his chin and just being protective of his chin more, I think he would not have lost so many times since he's been in the UFC. But uh, frustrating.
Feel that.
Yeah, but this
I
happened in
like
this
all.
last fight.
Yeah. You're right. You just. But I do recognize Altamirano's name, man. He's good. I think he has a bright future, man. Where's
Yeah,
he at?
for sure.
He's oh shit. What was I gonna say about him? I was gonna say something else about Altamirano. Oh damn. Why- think that was
F
it,
it.
bro. I think I'm cool.
All
Yeah, have it. I lost the
right, bro.
thought.
All right.
Lost in the
Uh,
sauce.
so so the UFC is taking a week off next week, and then return September 3rd with a very exciting UFC Paris card. I wanted to get your thoughts on the main event of this fight and the co-main. So UFC Paris is being headlined by Cyril Gane versus Tai Tuivasa. Your thoughts on this heavyweight bout? How do you see this going down? Your winner. Go ahead.
Uh, right off the top of my head, I'm going with Cyril Gane.
Yes,
He's
sir.
Tai Tuivasa. He he just swings very wildly. Even though he hits hard, it's not. You see it coming. And with Cyril Gane, even though he was taken down by Francis Ngannou, which is completely surprising to me, I still think he has the upper hand and the advantage in this one.
Yeah, and I think this has the potential to look like a Cyril Gane versus Derek Lewis type fight. Cyril Gane just has a higher IQ, and he's very diverse in his strikes. I think Tai Tuivasa is going to have a hard time trying to find the distance and trying to find Cyril Gane's chin.
Definitely going to be hard for him to get on the inside. Do you think Cyril goes to the ground though, or do you think he just keeps it standing?
I would like to see him mix it up to kind of see, like, I know I got taken down by Francis Ngannou, but listen, my ground game is still here and present. I kind of want to see him just mix it up on Tai and just put on a full class of just like, yeah, I'm still that guy in the heavyweight division, guys. Don't write me off because I lost to like one of the best in the division, right?
Yeah, I don't. I think it's too early to write him off too, and I think he's going to showcase all of his skills in this one.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I'm going Gone too, but anything can happen in these heavyweight fights. Uh, if Tai wins, holy shit!
Yeah, if
Oh
Ty
my
wins,
goodness,
it's a holy shit
dude.
moment again.
Okay, so the next fight I want to get your opinion on before we close up, the
Sure.
co-main to the UFC Paris. We said it. We talked about this before, but Robert Whitaker versus Marvin Vettori. Your thoughts on this fight? Your winner.
Rolling with Bobby Knuckles all day on this one. Think he's just going to outclass Vittori any way possible, whether it's on the ground, striking, maybe even throw a few kicks in there.
Yes,
But
yes.
definitely riding with Team Bobby Knuckles all day on that one.
Yeah, same here. I don't know. I think Vittori's going to miss a lot on the trying to pressure him, put him against the cage. He may try to muscle Bobby or Robert, but um, again, kind of like the what we said about Gon and Tuivasa, I think Whitaker's IQ in the octagon is just superior. I think it's greater, and I got Whitaker by decision.
I'll take Whitaker by decision as well, but I'd like to see him get a finish.
Yeah, I mean, it, I don't know the last time we got a finish from Bobby, but I would
It's
love
been a
to see
while.
it. Yeah, for sure. Um, but yeah, man, that is the episode. That is the recap of UFC 278 and kind of our quick preview of UFC Paris. That's in 2 weeks. Um, again, I just want to thank my guy, my friend Robbie, for joining me on this episode and being my co-host. It's definitely a lot easier having someone join me and me talking for 35 straight minutes.
Uh, Thank you again, Aries, for having me. Appreciate you, and we'll definitely be back better next time.
Yeah, for sure. And we might just do a card breakdown of UFC Paris the week of. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, guys, Keep It a Buck podcast is on audio version, so Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Anchor. And we have a video version for this one. It's going to be on YouTube. Keep It a Buck is the channel on YouTube. So subscribe on YouTube, and appreciate you guys for just being a fan of the podcast channel and supporting us. So but yeah, till next time, peace out. Keep it a
Smash
buck.
that like button for my boy Aries. Take care.
Yes, sir. Subscribe, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.